Hi guys, it's a girl lilymutamztv, also known as Z, girl from Zambia. If you're new to my YouTube channel, please subscribe so that each time I upload videos, you will be notified that Z aposapoka video. Thank you so much for more than 64,600 subscribers. I am so grateful that you guys keep on coming to my YouTube channel. Na totela sana. In this video, I will be talking about B-Flow. B-Flow is a musician from Zambia. We talked about him yesterday during a live stream, discussing his visit to the president's home of a board, which is the State House, and he didn't tell any of the youths, and the youths felt disappointed. So he has recorded a video, and he states that he's not a sellout, he was not paid any money, and that he still wants to work with the youth. But the thing is, a message has already been sent. Why did B-Flow go to the president's residence on his own without going with somebody? Because usually, before you can go to the president's home, you need to make an appointment. Well, he states that he went to take a letter, and he reads the letter. Now the question is, if he is representing the youths, why didn't he tell the youth that he was going there? A lot of people have doubted his reason why he went there, in as much as he went there in good faith, but it doesn't look good to all of us that believed in him and hoped in him that he would do something positive. And as we said yesterday in the live stream, we have already been talking about these things on our YouTube platforms, and he jumped on the bandwagon, and because he has a little bit of fame in Zambia, he took the center stage. But anyway, we still carry on the journey, and I know most of you people felt let down big time yesterday. But I would like to show you his video, and then I'll make my commentary. Watch this.
My fellow youths, I apologize for bringing this video late. It is because, as you can imagine, this has been one overwhelming day of my life, especially with the turn of events, and most especially because some pictures circulated even before I got home. But in all this, I am learning big lessons from this journey that we have started together. And I have noted some of your comments, and I respect all of them, especially because you and I are advocating for the same freedom of expression, and you're simply expressing yourselves and your opinions. I want to start by emphasizing two things. One, I have not been bought. Two, I am non-partisan. Those of you who know me will agree with me that I have very strong values, and those values can never be changed by the current situation or the events that have happened today. I'm here to tell you what has transpired so far, and also maybe to help you get the correct information from me with regards to what has transpired. Earlier I had shared a press statement via my Facebook page, and then I deleted it, and I apologize for deleting it. But the reason I did is because I know that a lot of people, the majority, have misunderstood part of it, especially the part that says, today State House invited me for a meeting. But just to clarify on that part, I was already outside State House. So I went to State House, then I was invited inside based on the procedure that you have to follow, that I had to follow in order for me to deliver what I went there for, which I'll be able to explain as we go on. Some of you challenged me in the last few days to say, you are talking and talking and talking on social media. You have talked, you have spoken, you have made everyone know what your concerns are and what issues you want to see being addressed. And the same people that were challenging me to do that have the same issues. So now you told me to say, so what is the next step? So now, what is the next step? Like, what are we looking for? What do we want? And obviously, what we want is to be heard. And that's the reason we are fighting against the infringement on freedom of expression. What we want is to be heard, because it's only after you are heard that someone can act on the things that you are advocating for. Or how can you be heard if you are just on social media, or you are just at a demonstration and say, I want to be heard? How do you get the desired outcome? How do you get the action now? So after you have done that part of talking and showing that these are your concerns that you have, there is the next phase now, which is called engagement, where you engage the people that you want to see work on your case. So here is what I decided to do based on the advice and the counsel that I got from some of you. So I wrote a letter to the president addressing the concerns that you and I have, and in this letter I am seeking an audience with the head of state so that our case can be heard. And obviously we all know what we want right now. We want our freedom of expression. We want to talk about youth unemployment. We want to talk about corruption. We want to talk about gold mining. We want to talk about the ill treatment of Zambian workers by some foreign investors, etc., etc. So I wrote a letter, and the letter reads: Your Excellency Dr. Edgar Lungu, appointment for a meeting. Reference is made to the above captioned matter. I hereby request your kind consideration for a meeting to discuss issues surrounding youth development, which may include A, the need for government's frequent communication on efforts being made to address challenges facing youth and opportunities available to the youth population. B, recent concerns regarding the conduct of some foreign investors and feedback from the youths. Your favorable consideration to my request will be highly appreciated. Yours faithfully, Brian Wembia, music artist / activist. Signed. Now, this letter that I wrote has to go to State House. So how does it go to State House? I have to take it to State House. So I notified State House to say I had written a letter to the president and I wanted to deliver the letter. So they gave me an appointment and say, okay, you can bring the letter tomorrow morning. And that's how I took the letter. So when I went to the office of the advisor and the press aide, they welcomed me warmly and they said they were happy to see me there. And I presented the letter to them to say, this is the letter that I've written to the president. So the two gentlemen went through the letter just for them to understand the issues that we want to discuss with the head of state. And they said, okay, these are valid concerns and they are definitely in line with the issues that you have been raising on social media, because they are aware. So then they mentioned to say, when you had notified State House that you were going to bring a letter that you had written to the president, we actually also informed him to say you had plans to bring a letter that you had written. So according to them, the president was happy to hear that I had intended to take a letter to State House seeking audience with him, or seeking an appointment with him to be able to discuss the issues that I have been raising and that many other youths have been raising. And then he said, and actually before we even talk about the meeting between B-Flow, his friends, and myself, meaning him, the head of state, it's very important that they also air their views with the Lusaka province minister, Honorable Bowman Lusambo, before they can meet the president. So while we were talking, then the press aide and the advisor said, by the way, Honorable Lusambo is actually around. He's here for another meeting on the other side, and and we had even mentioned to him in the morning to say, Biflo is bringing a letter here. Would it be good for you to say hi, or would you consider saying hi to him? Maybe there could be an opportunity for you to talk. And according to them, he said, yeah, he was cool with that. So they asked me if I was okay with him coming to say hi to me. And then obviously, I also said, that's fine. Who doesn't want peace? I said, okay, that's all right. So that was the conclusion, and then that's how Honorable Lusambo joined us in that office when I was just about to leave, and we greeted each other. There was no much conversation between me and Honorable Lusambo. Basically, he mentioned that he is ready to be advised. He said, my office is open, you can advise me, and other youths can advise me. And basically, that was what it was about. And then he said, oh, I need to rush back into the other meeting. So he was about to leave. So he requested that we take a picture together, and we took 1, 2, 3 pictures together with the other people that were in the office. And that's how we said bye to each other. Bye-bye, bye-bye. Oh, by the way, I did not have my phone, so I wouldn't have gone live, and I wouldn't have taken a picture using my phone. Because you're not allowed to go into the State House with a phone, so I didn't have mine. And that was it. So the $1 million question is, what is the way forward? And the way forward is, we are not backing down. So step 1, we have presented a letter awaiting feedback from the head of state to know whether he will be able to give us audience or not, and that is up to him. If he says he's going to meet with us, then we need to mobilize ourselves and agree on who is going to represent the youth movement and who is going to speak, and then we can sit down, all of us, and now agree on the points and exactly how we will present them so that our case can be heard. If our request is declined, it so happens that vakana to say I cannot have a meeting with these people, what do? We come back, we go back to the drawing board and now decide to say, what are we going to do next? So what course of action are we going to take to ensure that we are heard and all our concerns are put into consideration? So that is the way forward. Step 2. The Provincial Minister for Lusaka Province, Honorable Bowman Lusambo, has to apologize to us, the youths. And that's what we continue to demand for until it happens, because that will make us happy. Let us stay focused on key development issues and not conflict. The key issue is not to fight, but to propagate positive change. We hope that the respect that we have given our leaders will be reciprocated. In conclusion, the revolution continues. Let us continue to use our various platforms to air our views and to enjoy our freedom of expression. Like I always say, we are stronger together.
So you have seen the video. It's very difficult to believe Biflo. I think King's Malembe even sounded more genuine than him, because he was just like, no, I've wronged daddy and mommy, meaning the president and his wife. But with Biflo, why did he go in secret? And like the youths are asking on Facebook, in what capacity did Biflo go? Who sent him there? Who was he representing? For what reason did he go to State House? Even though he says he is still with us, he wasn't paid anything. Some people who work around the president have leaked the information that he was given some money. So from here, what we need to see is whether Biflo will carry on to protest against the government and stand with us as the youth, or if he will take a different turn to, everything that we've been talking about. But like, as even Dr. Chishimba Kambwili has stated on his Facebook page, he's a politician. He stated that in this case, we expect this to happen when people chicken out, when people feel they don't need to carry on the journey because of money. And him being somebody who worked in government, I'm sure he knows why he's saying that. B-Flow denies it. I've had a conversation with him and he says he has no idea what people are saying. Let's see how this story will unfold. I'll also leave you with a video from Dr. Chishimba Kambwili as well, who just talks about the freedom of speech and how it is important for the young people to express themselves. I like Dr. Chishimba Kambwili when it comes to, human rights. He's really keen on that. Maybe because he lived in the UK, so he knows that human rights are very, very important. And I always respect him for that. So I'll share that in this video, so you can watch this as I end my video. Thanks for watching my YouTube channel. It's a girl lilymutamztv, also known as Gelowapa Z. See you on my next video. I love you guys. I just wanted to comment this. One thing I observed about B-Flow during this period is that he waited to record a video professionally before he could communicate the message. If truly you want to communicate with your fans, you can do a live stream. You don't need to go and record the video professionally, wait for it to be edited, because editing takes time. Like, was it necessary? People were itchy, they were eager. Did you have to wait for that? Tell me what you think in the comment section below. I just thought, if I want my people to hear, normally I just do live stream. Let's talk now, because my people want to know what's happening in my life. So let's talk now. We do live streams on Facebook, we do live streams on YouTube. So I found it a bit strange that he had to wait for the video to be done professionally before he could address everybody. I find it strange.
Youths have continued to air their grievances on the issue of inhibiting freedoms of expression by the current regime, officials of the current regime. And this morning they have called on members of parliament, as parliament will be resuming tomorrow, to consider invoking Article 87 to ensure that the behavior of certain MPs that seems to be against freedom of expression, which is their constitutional right, can be censured by the National Assembly. So I wanted to get your comment on that.
Yes, the youths are justified to demand that they invoke the provision of Article 87, because members of parliament sought to uphold the constitution and protect the individual rights and liberties of citizens. Now, the behavior of some of them, like Bowman, Lusambo, my younger brother Tutu Anguluve, I don't know what has actually come out of this young man. He used to be a fine young man, but his behavior of late is unbecoming, and I don't think the young man is in his normal frame of mind. I would appeal to him to reflect on the statements that he's passing. And he must know that as he's talking, he carries a very huge responsibility as Member of Parliament and elected representative of the people. And it should be them, the MPs, to speak on behalf of the people on what affects them. But when the youths speak now, it means they have to be intimidated. But we cannot be surprised, because President Lungu showed the way 2 days ago. He said he stands by what Bowman said. So if the president stands by what Bowman says, it means it's the president who sends them to do the nonsense. Because you can see that even when Bowman was beating people during the COVID restrictions, the president kept quiet. But yesterday, the president came out very strongly that he's with Bowman. He can't even fire him, meaning he's sending him to go and do more of intimidation of the youths. And I want to appeal to the youths: don't be intimidated. This government is full of nothing but divide and rule. You saw today, we saw B-Flow being invited to State House. Since when did they ever invite a musician? It's because they want to gag these youths in the name of engagement. If they want to engage the youths, let them engage them in a productive and well-structured manner. But whoever speaks out, you call them, that's divide and rule. And I don't think that is the way things are supposed to be done. When Wembia spoke, when Mark II spoke, when even my younger brother Malembe spoke, they were not speaking for themselves. So if you call them, single them out and call them, you are not sorting out the problem, because they're speaking for and on behalf of the marginalized and the silent youths. So it is indeed their constitutional right to ask Parliament to evoke the provision of Article 87 of the Constitution of Zambia. Thank you.
Thanks for watching my YouTube channel. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button, and follow me on all social media platforms. It's simply at lilymutamztv.